like was a major shocker to me. I'm like, okay, why do I have to, like, why do you have to make me to give you a tip? Like, why? Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl again, Niella. And we're back with another video, guys. So today's video, just as the title says, I'm going to be talking about my 1-year anniversary here in Canada. I have been in Canada for the past 1 year, and my 1-year anniversary was actually November 2020. I've been wanting to film this video, but I don't know why I wasn't able to film it before November 2020. But anyways, life happened, that I know. But if you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Niella, just like what I said, and I create content around every freaking thing you see on this channel. So be sure to subscribe, turn on the bell so you get notified whenever a new video is up on my channel. And if you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for sticking with me to this present time. You guys make this journey worth it. So guys, let us jump right into today's video. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like, for the past 1 year that I have relocated out of my home country to a different country, it's been nothing short of amazing. It's been an amazing experience, I'm not going to lie, but I'm going to be sharing my experiences in the form of good, the bad, and the ugly. Trust me, it is not rosy. Anybody who tells you that moving to this country and moving to this country is rosy and also staying in this country is rosy, that person is telling you the biggest, fattest lie in the whole of the universe. So guys, if you like to hear my own story, keep watching, don't go anywhere. You guys already knew that I landed in Canada on the 30th of November 2019. If you're yet to go and see, if you're yet to watch that video, I'm going to try to link it up, but if I don't get to link it up, please go and see that video. I have like tons and tons of video when it comes to how I was able to migrate to Canada. So I'm going to be talking about, first things first, depression. Like, you can really, I think the depression that comes with migrating to a new country, especially when you don't have like friends, and maybe when your friends are like millions and millions of, when your friends are like miles and miles away, and it's not like you guys are on the same time zone. Because my friends back home in Nigeria, if I need to talk to them, I have to calculate, oh, is this midnight in Nigeria? Or when it's 6 p.m. in Canada, it's already midnight in Nigeria. You get, so it's crazy. Like, I don't think a lot of people talk about how bad or how deep depression is, especially for new immigrants in Canada. Like, I felt it. Let me not put that. I know a lot of people might say, oh, but you came with your husband. Yep, true. But he's who he is, and I am who I am, and I don't always have to be in his space, and he doesn't always have to be in my space. Like, especially, and again, it's even worse because when we landed in winter, and during winter, like, you hardly see anybody. Like, you're just on your own. People hardly go out. You hardly make friends. So you just have Netflix or movies that you saved up on your laptop before you migrated. Those are the things that will keep you busy while you're trying to search. Like, the depression is real. When I say it's real, because you are here alone. I really feel for those who actually migrated as a single person without friends. Maybe they have friends in other provinces, or they don't even have friends here in Canada. Like, the depression is real. I'm not going to lie for you guys. Like, I don't even know how else to explain it. I felt it. And anybody who is coming here, like, I don't know how to express it. Especially also the fear of missing out, back home. Maybe your brothers have their birthdays, or your nieces or your nephews. You tend to feel so lonely and depressed. And well, thanks to Netflix and having to be busy, trying to search for jobs, speak to recruiters, and put yourself out there. So guys, I also want to talk about networking, and I know that just like what I said, we landed in the winter, and it was so depressing, because in the winter, like, who do you want to see outside? you literally cannot find anybody outside. And you know, it's even harder to make friends as an adult. When you're kids, you know, it's easier, way easier. Trust me, we all know this. It is way easier to make friends as kids instead of rather than making friends as adults. And I know that for something that helped me, even though I never got to attend any of these events, is an app or a platform called Meetup. I know I was on Meetup even back home in Nigeria, and when I came here I decided to join, you know, look for events that kind of tickles my fancy, let me put it that way. But the only downside for me is that, you know, around the time when the lockdown felt like it was lifted up a little bit in the summer, there were lots and lots of events, but I wasn't able to attend anyone because of the fact that I don't drive. So anytime I think of the stress having to jump the bus, and at that time I wasn't working, so there was no point, you know, doing a bus pass and paying for a monthly bus pass. So for whatever journey I was going to go to, I would have to do the $3.25 for bus going and coming. That would be like $7.50, and I don't think I was up for all that stress. Maybe if I had, you know, maybe if I drove, it would have been easier for me to attend this event. And let me not discourage you if this networking, like, if you know you really want to meet like different people from different races, please sign up for Meetup. Go for events, look for events that tickles your fancy, events that have your kind of interest. Maybe because I know I joined events, I signed up for events for skipping, for hiking, for a bar night out. You know, they still maintained the whole COVID-19 protocols. There were events for playing lawn tennis. Even if you don't know how to play, just come and cheer people up. You could also create your own event on Meetup. You'll be surprised at the amount of people that would want to sign up, because every day, every second of the day, every minute of the day, they are, you know, there's always someone new landing from his or her home country and migrating into Canada. So there are a lot of people looking for fun activities to do. So for me, that was just the downside of it, because I felt like I didn't drive and I just didn't want the whole stress of, you know, having to transport myself by bus. Don't get me wrong, the bus system here is super easy compared to where I'm coming from, but I just felt like, nah, it just wasn't for me. And some of the meetups were during the weekdays, like in the evenings, Fridays. Then there were a few meetups that were also on weekends, and it was even worse because there are no bus schedules from my house to anywhere in Kitchener, even back to my house on weekends and public holidays. I'm just going to kind of mix up the bad and the ugly together so that it doesn't seem like I'm creating like a different topic for it. Let us talk about the weather. God, the weather here is extreme. Like, no matter the amount of winter jackets you come with from your home country, no matter the amount of tracksuits, not active wear, the amount of hooded jackets you come with, you can never ever be prepared and be ready for the winter in this country. It is so damn freaking cold, trust me. I know in Ontario it's not as harsh as it is in Saskatchewan, and I think one other province, I'm trying to remember the name, but with Ontario it's not as cold, but it is still cold judging from where I'm coming from. Like, you can never be prepared. So once you come, just join us, you know, begin to layer up, wear socks every time in the house. If you need to go out, make sure you're covered up, you wear your mittens or you wear your winter gloves so that you don't get frostbite, because guys, frostbite is a thing. Oh, it is a major thing, and you don't recover from it like in one day. You don't even recover from it like in two. And the cold is such that, you know, back home in Nigeria when I'm cold, I don't really sniff unless I have like catarrh or I have cough. But if it's regular cold, your nose feels blocked, you know, your nostrils is blocked, you won't be able to sneeze, you won't be able to like blow out your nose. I mean, you won't be able to blow out your nose very well. But the winter in this part of the world would make your nose runny. Like, it will be runny and it will be bleeding, because I know when we first landed, I think that night we landed, my nose bled. So it's that bad. So I was advised to always, apply shea butter in my nose so that my nose doesn't stay extremely dry, because it's when it's extremely dry and you try to force it, or you begin to, pick your nose, or you begin to clean your nose with a paper towel or any face towel of any sort. That's when you begin to irritate your nostrils and it begins to bleed. So I started doing that often. Before I go to bed, I try to put in shea butter into my nose. It's only when you move that you find out that in this part of the world, in the summertime, people are literally naked, because during the winter, people, like, you don't get to see what anybody's wearing, unless maybe in the offices where you get to take off your coat and take off your jacket, or take off your winter shoes, and you get to do dress up in the office. But anything outside the office, on the road, nobody cares what you're wearing. The only thing everybody cares about is trying to shield themselves from the cold. Again, with networking, it's always good to also mention and put yourself out there. I know that I always mention that I live in the Kitchener-Waterloo region, and I've had some of my classmates who kind of relocated, and I had no idea. And when we kind of hooked up over the phone, they were like, "Oh, you stay in Kitchener, right?" Because I had always I tried as much as possible to let people know that I live in the Kitchener-Waterloo region. So try to put yourself out there. You can never know, maybe one of your classmates, one of your schoolmates or childhood friend could relocate, and they may actually relocate in your city. Now, I may not talk about a lot of bad things, okay? You may not okay, the ugly. Another one I want to talk about is the tax system here. I may not really go into details, but just so you know, you're going to pay tax for every freaking thing you purchase in this part of the world. Like, as little as buying gum, chewing gum, you're going to pay tax on it. As little as candy, you're going to pay tax on it. You're going to pay tax on it. There was a day I tried to order from, I think it was Popeyes, and I was trying to do that through DoorDash, and I looked, was it DoorDash? Either DoorDash or just the KFC website, and I realized that there was also tax on the shipping. That was when, like, my head just did bang, 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 bang. I was like, what? I was like, what? I know that I paid tax on the cost of the, chicken and fries that I was about to order. Now I saw that there's tax on the shipping. My dear brothers and sisters, right there and then I just canceled the order. I was like, it's not that deep. If I need to eat fries and chicken, I will just swallow saliva and wait till the day I asked Stanley to take me there, and he's going to say, okay, no problem, I'm going to take you there, then you buy whatever it is you want to buy. Guys, it was not funny. Like, and again, another thing I noticed here is tips. Dropping tips, it feels like it's compulsory, especially when you go to big restaurants. If you guys remember my summer vlog, end of summer vlogs that I posted sometime last year, when they bring the bill, you see that they had already added tip to the bill, and I think you pay tax on tip. I can't even remember, but the thing that amazed me was that it felt like it was forced. Like, "Oga, madam, I don't understand. Is it not my money? If I want to give tip, is it not if I want to give? Don't force me to do what I don't want to do. Not be my money again. I can only pay for the food, which is understandable because I ate it there and it was bought. But don't try to force me to tip. It's my money. You want me to dash you money? I will only dash you if I feel the need to dash you." And sometimes it now feels like if you don't drop a tip, it feels like you're not nice, or you're not nice, or you're not friendly, or okay, you're like a piece of shit or something. That one, like, was a major shocker to me. I'm like, okay, why do you have to make me to give you a tip? Like, why? Also, I know that with finding a house, although I did not even have that experience, and I know that a lot of people have asked me, like, accommodation issues, what they pay, like what's the rent range, especially in my city, and if I could do like a video on what it will cost renting a house here in Kitchener-Waterloo. If I have subscribers who live in Kitchener-Waterloo, please, if you can, put out these videos and I'll gladly share them. My own story is different, and one day I'm going to be telling that story to you guys, but I know that when it comes to finding accommodation, I've heard like stories from other immigrants whereby sometimes it could be really, 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 really stressful and hard for them to look for to get reasonable accommodation. For some people, you know, the landlord tends to ask them for credit history, like, where do you want to get credit history from? You just landed maybe like 2 weeks or 1 week ago and you're looking for where to stay after burning so much money in a hotel or in an Airbnb, and you're asking me for credit history, like, where I want to see the credit history from. Or landlords asking you to pay like first month and last month, or some landlord asking you to pay like 6 months in advance. Like, duh. Yeah, we all know that that is the reason why you should always come with proof of funds when you're relocating out of your home country to a different country, but it still doesn't make sense. And you also find some landlords who say, oh, they don't rent to people who don't like pets, or oh, if you're a pet lover, they don't rent. It's understandable. I have also heard people saying, oh, that because they are Nigerians or because they're Africans, they won't rent their places to them, or you know, because they are Asians, they won't rent their places to them, or they only rent their place to only female, or they only rent their place to only guys, you know. Things like that, because it would only make sense if it was like a citizen or someone who has, you know, been in the country for a long time, and you find those restrictions asking for credit history, which is understandable because you are supposed to have built your credit history if you have lived in Canada for a period of time. But in new immigrant, asking a new immigrant for credit history, it just doesn't make sense. And a lot of immigrants have struggled, especially when it comes to accommodation. Like I said, I really did not have that, and maybe on this channel I'm going to be bringing in someone who is going to be talking about accommodation in Canada, how to get accommodation as a new immigrant, like without any of these hassles and troubles. Then guys, I'm going to be jumping right into the good. Like I said, it's been super amazing. I'm not going to lie, it's been fantastic, it's been amazing. And I'm going to be starting for the first and foremost is that every freaking thing works in this part of the world. I'm not going to lie to you, like everything works. Everything works. If you have like a fire outbreak, you would see the fire service in front of your house. If you dial 911, maybe something happened, you will see the police in front of your house. Security is kind of top notch here. You know, Canadians are super nice. I've not seen people who are so trusting and so nice as Canadians. I'm not going to lie, judging from where I'm coming from, I'm not saying Nigerians are not nice. We are super nice people, but this part of the world, their trust level is, in fact, it's here, is super high, that there's some certain things that happen in this part of the world. I'm like, okay, this kind of thing nothing happen for Nigeria. I'm serious. I know that with your PR you can travel to so many countries. I'm not too sure of that details, but when I do, I'm just going to put like how many countries you can travel to with your Canadian PR, and you may not necessarily need visa. For some, you're going to be needing visa on arrival. For the others, you may not necessarily need visa. And even if you do, it's going to be super easy for you to get into those countries. Another thing I want to talk about is the free healthcare. It's been so amazing. I've not really received any like negative impact when it comes to do with healthcare in this part of the world, because I have visited the clinics. I've visited the clinic a couple of times, and it has been nothing but an amazing experience each time I visit the clinic. And another thing I want to talk about is that for me as a content creator, I don't have to worry about internet. I know that back home in Nigeria, we tend to worry about data, especially when we're trying to upload videos for YouTube or try to create content for Instagram. Data is a major problem back home for us in Nigeria. But here, even data is, not that data is it's cheap, but you find mobile data plans that can give you unlimited data for, you know, a particular amount of gigabytes, maybe like 10 gigabytes unlimited. Then data just slows down after 10 gigabytes, or 20 gigabytes unlimited, and data just slows down after 20. This is mobile data. I'm not even talking about home internet. And it's even easier for me here because I can film as much videos as I can, upload as much videos as I can, because I don't have to worry about my data finishing. I don't use my data when I'm at home. I just use the Wi-Fi and it's unlimited. So I don't have to worry about anything. And when it comes to constant electricity, just like what I said, judging from where I'm coming from, we've never had constant electricity since when I started having sense in Nigeria. Any day there's light 24/7, we will begin to ask questions like, NEPA, this one wanna give us light like this, so say nothing happened. And for some times, when we begin to have light constantly, maybe without them taking the power, maybe in the next 2-3 days, they will say transformer don't spoil. I'm serious, that's how it is. But with here, I don't even have to worry. I can film my videos. I don't have to start checking, oh, they usually take the light, or they usually take the power from this time to this time, so I have to ensure that I film whatever video I have to film from this time. No, I don't have to worry about that. I can bring out my ring light if it's dark and I film as much content as I want to. I don't have to worry about the power going out, even though the power has gone out. I think since I moved here, it's just twice. Yep, the first time was the night we arrived, and it felt like, okay, so they just said welcome to Canada or goodbye from Nigeria. And the second time was sometime over the holidays, and it was just, the one over the holidays was just like this. Then the one the day we landed was, I think, about maybe like 5 or 10 minutes or thereabouts, and that was it. I have never experienced any power outage since I moved. Another thing I could say again, I know, just like what I said, with the tax, you pay for everything you earn and also your personal income tax. But the good thing is that you get to, like, there's always tax return. No matter how little the money is, you get a return for all the taxes you've paid from the year before. So that's another good thing. And another good thing for me is that there are so many networking events. There are so many platforms for female entrepreneurs, especially in my region, Kitchener-Waterloo region. I don't know about any other region, but I know that there are so many social development groups or organizations tailored to women entrepreneurship, just like the one I attended. I attended a women entrepreneurship program for within her shoes. I started with the beginner stream and I went ahead to do the advanced stream. Trust me, I wouldn't trade that opportunity for anything in the world. It was an amazing 8 weeks, the beginner stream. I learned a lot. My trainers were so good, Kieran and Emily. And I also met amazing women that I wouldn't have met if I had just stayed in the comfort of my room or in the comfort of my house, just, tweeting away or sharing Instagram posts or creating videos on YouTube. There are also so many opportunities out there for small businesses, especially in my city. I don't know about any other city. I'm only going to be talking about the Kitchener-Waterloo region. There are so many business opportunities. There are so many opportunities for small businesses. You can actually do things to qualify for a grant for your small business. If you pitch your idea, if you pitch your business plan and you are selected, you'll be given a grant. And we all know grants is free money. It's free money. So imagine giving you free money to fund your business or to, expand your business further. Who will give you free money like that? You get. So things like that, I have seen that, and I have, learned to appreciate where I am currently, learn to appreciate the people I have met in my life, learn to appreciate so many things, that I never appreciated before. And looking back, I would say I'm really grateful to God. I know that my coming here wasn't just ordinary. I know that God has planned a lot of things for me in this part of the world, and I know that He's going to help me to achieve all that He has planned for me to achieve in this part of the world. You would also find people consciously doing the right thing. Like, when I mean consciously, people consciously doing the right thing. Maybe, I don't know, for some strange reasons, no matter how Nigerian you are, or how Asian you are, or how Indian you are, the Canadian spirit will have a way of rubbing off on you. Yes. So guys, this is my journey, this is my story. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you like to see more videos like this, do let me know. I'll try as much as possible to film my experience living in Canada and my journey so far. I'm also going to be creating another video whereby I talk about how I got my first job and my job hunting experience here in Canada. I'll see you guys in my next one. Do have yourself a fabulous day ahead. Bye, guys.